If you've ever tried making stained glass, you know just how tricky it is. I tried it a couple of years ago and gave up after 2 projects. Let's just say, me and a soldering iron, recipe for disaster. Now, stained glass lamps are beautiful, and the artists I have the utmost respect for. Making my first lampshade got me thinking, I love it so much, that it just doesn't have the same look without the copperwork and the delicate glass details. What if I could make my own stained glass effect lamp on a budget and without using that dreaded soldering iron? Remember this lamp base from my maple leaf video? The one that was so big it made my new lampshade look like a tiny hat at a royal wedding? Well, I couldn't let it just gather dust in a corner. So I put on my thinking cap, which, by the way, is a very stylish beanie, and came up with a plan for a bigger, bolder lampshade. I grabbed a large garden plant pot, thoroughly washed and scrubbed because we're making a lamp, not a science experiment, and a pasta dish for on the top. I wrapped it all in foil and tape until I had something that looked like a rejected robot helmet. But it worked. I had my template. Then came the delicate part, cutting the template into sections so I could scan them into my computer. Keeping the nature theme, because who doesn't love a bit of leafy charm, I designed a leaf pattern and laser cut it in black foam. I grabbed some recycled tissue paper, thanks to a birthday gift, and glued the leaf sections down with Mod Podge. With some diluted PVA glue, I carefully coated each leaf section. My plan was to split the template into 3 sections to create a smooth, rounded shape without any of those awkward square edges. I overlap each section, cutting away excess parts. And glued each section into place. Chief Engineer Scotty coming in to check. I carefully cut around each leaf section and strengthened the top with extra tissue paper. Of course, this left gaps between the leaves, so I tore the tissue paper edges to blend the seams gently, gluing each section together. I used a silicone mat underneath, which helped release the delicate paper from the mould. Once everything was dry, I trimmed the excess paper on the inside. I decided to blend the seams even more by cutting small strips from foam to mimic the look of stained glass. Then came the fun part, painting. I used varying shades of green for the leaves, and thought I'd stop there. But oh no, my brain, as always, had other plans. I wanted it to look as if the sun was shining through the leaves, so I painted the background yellow, which looked a little too much like the leaves, and a bit yuck. So I tried orange, still not quite right. Eventually I settled on red, orange ombre, like sunset glowing through the trees. Much better. At this stage it's so delicate there was always going to be holes and tears, but these are easily fixed with tissue paper and glue. It's at this stage it can finally be given a hard coat of resin. I slowly paint on the clear UV resin on the inside, working section by section and allowing it to cure. I gave my space helmet a safety coat of thin film and parchment paper. before coating the outside of the lampshade in another coat of UV resin. And for a decorative feature, I used the metalwork from an old doorknob for the top of the lampshade. Now, about that lamp base, remember the paper clay I made in my last project? Turns out I made rather a lot. But the clay was perfect for sculpting a tree-like base onto the stand. I left it to dry for 3 or 4 days and then painted it with acrylic brown and a Mod Podge mix. And a final touch, I used my DIY rub and buff from my last video, giving it a subtle shine. A final coat of resin, dulled down with a spritz of frosty glass spray, gave the perfect magical finish. And a couple of resin leaves to decorate the light bulb. And there it is, a DIY faux stained glass lampshade that looks like a forest at sunset. I love how it turned out, and I hope it inspires you to look at ordinary objects like plant pots and pasta dishes and see the creative potential in them. If you've enjoyed this chaotic crafting journey, don't forget to like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what household item you think I should turn into a lamp next. Spoiler alert, I'm eyeing up my colander. Thanks for watching and happy crafting. Until next time, bye bye.